Monty Moore. This is Jim Simpson back at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. This is Game 6 of the World Series. Oakland can close it out today. They lead 3 games to 2. Campanella steps in, and here's the voice of the Oakland Athletics, Monty Moore.
Thank you very much, Jim Simpson, and hi once again, everybody. Campy Campanella, who has not had a good series with a bat, stepped in. Campy started off the series as if he were going to tear the Cincinnati pitching apart. He had 2 hits off Nolan in the first game here in Cincinnati. He has only had 1 hit since that time. 3 hits and 20 at-bats for the A's leadoff man. Now the Reds defense tightens up on the corners at third and first, and here's the first pitch of the ball game. Campanella swings and doesn't get it, strike 1. Gary Nolan, a 15-game winner. He lost only 5, and his earned run average a super 1.99, which means he has allowed less than 2 runs every 9 innings he's pitched this year. 1 strike pitch to Campanella to the curveball, bounced out to the third baseman. Minky backs up to take it, throws over to first for the out. Dennis Minky, to my way of thinking, has been one of the unsung heroes for Cincinnati in this series. He has not mishandled the ball. He has just been outstanding, playing shallow against a lot of the A's batters and having to spear some hard line drives. That time, Campanella bounced one down off that artificial turf, which usually bounces over a man's head. Minky's a big guy, 6'1", and just backed up, casually took it and threw him out. Then out Matty Alou. Foul away, strike 1. Matty has had only 1 hit in the World Series in 17 at-bats. Here's a fellow who hit .318 in the National League this year for the St. Louis Cardinals, traded over to the Oakland A's for the last month of the season, and he hit .281 for Oakland. Nolan's pitch on the way. Pop foul back here, strike 2. Matty Alou, a little guy, a left-handed batter. Became an outstanding percentage hitter when he quit trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He hits it to all fields now. Cincinnati plays him shaded over towards left. Gary Nolan, a strike thrower, is ahead of Alou at 0-2. Joe Rudi will bat third for Oakland here in the first inning. Nolan shakes off then. Now comes to the plate with a fastball, and it's bounced to the second baseman. Morgan backs up to take it. Throws the first. He got him by a stride, and there are 2 down. Staff continues to baffle Matty Alou. Here is Joe Rudi, who was quite a hero in game number 2 last Sunday here in this ballpark. He planted a home run into the mezzanine section of the left field area, and he took the ball off the wall in left field that probably saved the game. Joe Rudi, over 300 average for the A's through the season. He hit 19 home runs for Oakland, and had 70 runs batted in. Right-handed batter, very strong hitter. Nolan's pitch to him. The swung on and hit up into the air in the deep right field. Tony Hal McCray is under the ball. He's got it, and it's 3 down. After the first half inning, it's Oakland nothing, Cincinnati coming to bat.
Hi, this is Joe Garagio. Well, it's World Series time, and even people who aren't real fans start taking an interest in baseball. And that's because you're seeing the best. And when you see the best of anything, you've got to admire it. Like the new Dodge Charger. For the last few years, people have looked to Charger for the newest, the latest in automobile styling. And once again, in 1973, Charger hasn't disappointed them. Charger has the clean, smooth lines that you've come to expect. But this year, Charger has more. Charger has an electronic ignition system for sure starts. Charger has torsion quiet ride to help keep out those annoying road noises. And Charger tops it all off by giving you a choice of 3 vinyl roof styles. That's right. There's a canopy vinyl roof, a halo vinyl roof, and a distinctive Charger SE vinyl roof. So if you want to see one of the best cars with plenty of family-sized room, see Dodge Charger at your nearby Dodge dealer.
Ryder Blue completing his warm-up on the mound, and he'll face Rose, Morgan, and Dolan, and Rose will lead it off. He led off yesterday hitting the first pitch for a home run and wound up on the day 3 for 5, hit the ball hard all 5 times and drove in what proved to be the winning run in the ninth. Here again is Monty.
Rose had been kept off the bases very well by the A's pitching staff until yesterday, and as Jim said, he changed that in a hurry on the very first pitch thrown by Catfish Hunter. He was batting left-handed that time. He is now turned around to bat right against Ryder Blue, who won only 6 games for Oakland this year. He was invaluable in the playoffs out of the bullpen. Here's his first pitch, and Rose looks at a curve that is missing for ball 1. Home plate umpire is American leaguer Bill Haller, working his first World Series game.
Blues 1-0 pitch. Fast strike is called 1-1. Pete Rose followed by Morgan and Tolan. Rose bats out of a deep crouch either side of the plate. There's a high bouncing ball to short. Campaneris is going to have to hurry to get him. The throw to first. In time, he got him with a great throw from deep shortstop. Anytime that ball bounces twice on this turf, you think Rose has a chance to beat it. But Campaneris has a gun for an arm and shot him down. There's one away. Here's little Joe Morgan, who, though has not had a hit in the series, certainly was a big factor yesterday in Cincinnati's victory because he walked twice and scored 2 runs. Morgan for the year led the majors in walks, getting 115. Blues pitched to him at high for ball 1. Morgan was a busy little second baseman this year. At the plate, he was up 552 times officially. There's a drive deep right center field. He really put a charge in that one. Matty Lou's on the run. It's going to be off the fence. Stealing the ball is Angel Manuel. Morgan is going to stop at second with a double. Now he's on his way to third, and he's going to make it, I believe. He's flagged. Fighter Blue Center 6 across, too late. The relay throw from Angel Manuel in right center field, back to the infield. Got away from both Dick Green and Campy Campaneris. Sal Bando, the third baseman, had to go recover the rolling ball, and Joe Morgan sent his way into third with a double, and what will be an error on somebody. So the Reds have a man at third base with only one away, and the batter is Bobby Tolan. Vida Blue ended up covering third, taking an underhanded toss from Sal Bando as Morgan, who had gone back to second base, saw the ball roll away from Green and Campaneris. The error is on the center fielder Angel Manuel for the throw, who was just put into the game today, replacing George Hendricks. Here's Bobby Tolan. He has had some big base hits. The A's infield playing back. Here's Vida Blue's windup, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1, and Blue threw that ball perfectly that time. A blazing fastball on the knees to the inside part of the plate. Tolan has had 5 hits in the World Series, but he's knocked in 4 runs. All he has to do to knock in a run here is hit the ball on the ground to either short or second. They're both playing very deep. Vida Blue needs a strikeout. Morgan down off third. Here's the wind and the pitch. Curveball bounced to the right side of the infield, but it goes foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Joe Morgan's first World Series base hit was a blast off the right center field wall. Certainly one of the Major League's most exciting players. Now with 2 strikes on the batter, Campy Campaneris, the A's shortstop, comes in to talk with Vida Blue. Off the windup, here's the pitch. Little blooper out over third, backhanded by a charging Campy Campaneris, the shortstop of the Oakland A's. Very, very fine play by Campaneris, as Tolan was hit right on the fist by a Vida Blue fastball. He hit it in the air over Sal Bando, who was playing shallow, and Campaneris, even with a left-handed batter up and playing deep, managed to get over there with a great burst of speed and backhand the ball right behind third. Now here's Johnny Bench. Bench in the series has 5 hits. Blue winds, here's his pitch. Curved him and missed inside ball 1. Bert Campaneris, the Oakland shortstop, is playing a good 40 feet behind the baseline between second and third. Bando very deep at third. The pitch to Bench. There's a drive deep left field. That ball is really hit. Rudy on the run, going for it. Backhanded on the drive. Right at the wall in foul territory. Joe Rudy caught that ball. I believe he caught it in fair ground, but he went into the wall. That is in foul territory down the left field line, and the Reds do not score. 1 hit and 1 error and a man left after an inning of play. It is 0-0.
This is Milo Hamilton. I call the play-by-play for the Atlanta Braves, and I do the radio commercials for Delta, the official airline of the Braves. When I talk about Delta, well, I speak from experience. Last month, I flew more than 16,000 miles on Delta. It was a rugged schedule, but the Delta people made it as smooth as anyone could ask for. Delta is an airline run by professionals, 24,000 professionals. Each highly skilled individual knows his job and gives it his best. That goes for the reservationist who confirms your space by Deltamatic computer in 3 seconds, right onto the baggage handler who delivers your bags in an average time of 7 minutes after you land. It's what Delta calls total service. I'd like to recommend Delta Airlines to you. And I have one other suggestion for people who travel, the American Express Money Card. You can even extend payment for your Delta tickets on the sign and fly plan. You're always ready to go with an American Express Money Card. And Delta is ready when you are.
Jim Simpson with Monty Moore. We go to the second. In the first, Nolan got him 1, 2, 3. In the Cincinnati first, thanks to fine fielding plays by Campaneris, 2 of them, and the running catch of the line drive off the bat of Johnny Bench, who pulled a Vita Blue pitch down the left field line. Blue, and the A's got out of trouble. In trouble because Morgan lashed the double off the wall and right and went to third on Mandrell's throwing error. So it's a 0-0 ball game. We go to the second, and here again is Monty.
Mike Epstein, the A's cleanup hitting first baseman. Been at the plate 12 times in the World Series without a base hit. He was Oakland's leading home run hitter for the year with 26. The pitch from Nolan is low, ball 1. Epstein had 26 homers, 70 runs batted in, and a very good average for him, 270. Nolan's pitch on the way. Epstein looks at a fastball right down the middle. Nolan doesn't throw all that many home runs, but the A's tagged him for 2 in the first game he pitched. An outstanding changeup Nolan has. Here's a pitch. Curve, and it's a beauty. Ball strike 2 to Epstein. Nolan spun that ball right over the top, and it was diving down through that strike zone. So Epstein finds himself behind now, the ball and 2 strikes. Reds defense deep and around to the right. Here's the pitch. It's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, the Reds have been generating excitement in the early innings in the last couple of 3 games. Though they haven't scored that much early, they have definitely had the chances. 2-2 pitch to Epstein, and he swings and misses strike 3. Gary Nolan. Strikes out Epstein, 1 out in the second, and here is Sal Bando. Bando, the A's team captain, hit 15 home runs for the season, knocked in 77 runs to lead the A's in that department, but his batting average fell off to a major league low for him of 236. Fastball, strike ball. Bando in the World Series has had 4 hits. He's been up 18 times. Nolan, a short windup throw, then missed it low and away. It's the ball 1-1. And Gary turned and looked back at the mound this time as if he were unhappy with his footing on that pitch. We are 0-0. Top half of the second inning. Game number 6 of a great 1972 World Series. Curveball of Bando just misses, and Nolan is begging the plate umpire for that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bando takes low, ball 3. Angel Mangual is on deck. Then Gene Kenneth behind him. A's coaches Irv Noren at third base. Jerry Adair at first for Oakland. Bando hits the line drive towards center field. He has a base hit. Nolan fields it on the first hop. And with 1 on, the A's have their first base runner of the game. It comes here in the second with 1 out, and here's Angel Mangual, who stroked the game-winning hit night before last, and that comes from behind Wynn for Oakland in Oakland. Mangual came up yesterday as a pinch hitter with the chance to do the same kind of thing. Hit the ball very sharply to the right side. It was fielded by Morgan, and they threw him out. For the regular season, Angel played in only 91 games. Hit 246. He did have 5 home runs. Nolan's pitch. Strike call. He's around the plate all the time. See some clear blue skies ahead. Here today, it's been kind of overcast and rainy. Curveball hanging high and inside. The Mangual, it's 1-1. Certainly a pitchers and defenders World Series so far. 1-1 pitch. Curve as a beauty. Strike 2 call.
Nolan's overhanded curveball looked a lot sharper early in the game than it did here on Saturday.
Right, Marty, and we'll point out again that he did have that shoulder problem. Worked out a little bit yesterday in the mid-innings, and today he started his lineup fully 10 minutes before Vida Blue. But apparently he's all right.
They had to find out if he could go today. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Manguel. A curveball hit on the ground to the third baseman. Minchie takes it. He's going to have only one play, and that's the first, and he doesn't get in. Now he called him out. Chris Pelicutis called him safe at first. It looked like, and then he called him out.
Did it look like it, Monty? That's exactly what he did do. He called him safe and then called him out. Apparently pointing at the bag, saying that Manguel failed to touch the bag.
Wow, that could be the only thing, and it might turn out to be a huge play. Now, runner at second base, Bando, and here's Gene Tennis. He's had 4 home runs in the series. Curve to him is high for ball 1. Manguel was put in the A's lineup today to try to get a little more batting punch. George Hendrick, the rookie who had been starting, had not hit the ball at all. Here's a wild pitch. High fly ball. Tennis got into that one, and it's a mile high out into left field. On comes Pete Rose. He's got it. And the A's are retired here in the second inning. After an inning and a half, the score, Oakland nothing, Cincinnati nothing. Hi, Johnny Bench for Anco windshield wipers. Can you imagine the reaction if a manager told his team that he was supplying them with baseball bats that weren't absolutely the best? Well, your team, that is your family, deserves the best too. Anco windshield wiper blades. If your present wipers are streaking, replace them with Anco wipers. Look for the service station with the bright yellow Anco cabinet. They can snap on new blades while you're gassing up. Tell them you heard about Anco from Johnny Bench.
This year, almost all the new cars are the same. Most of the 1973 models are designed to run on low-octane gasoline, like Gulftane. The owner's manual will say so. Check the recommendation in your owner's manual and try a tank full of Gulftane. It has the performance additive package you'd expect from Gulf, and it costs even less than Gulf Regular. So why pay more than you have to? Try Gulftane, the low-cost gasoline for new cars.
Cincinnati second. Monty?
Tony Perez, who's had a hot bat in the World Series with 8 base hits. He leads all hitters in number of hits. Facing Vida Blue in the first pitch of the curve high, ball 1. Very unusual happening. A runner missing first base. Reminds you of a broad jumper missing the takeoff board. He just didn't have it timed. Here's the 1-0 to Perez, and a fastball misses. It's 2-0. Perez, one of the real good RBI men in the National League. 6 years in a row, 90 RBIs or better for Cincinnati. Here's a high foul pop out of play. Vida Blue has not overpowered any of these Cincinnati batters as yet. Second time around in a World Series for players to see the opposing pitchers. You ordinarily see more offense. They know a little bit more about how the pitcher's going to throw to them, how the breaking ball breaks, where the fastball takes off. Here's a 2-1 pitch, a slow curve, hit up into the air into right field, not deep. On comes Matty Alou of the A's, and he's got it. And Perez had retired for the first out in the second inning. Here's Hal McRae. McRae has been up 6 times in the series. He's had 3 hits, 2 of them pinch hits. McRae openly admits that he is a slasher at the plate. He said, I come out swinging. I may fall flat on my face, but I'm going to go down swinging if I go down. Hit 278 this year in spot rolls for the Reds. The pitch to him is high and inside ball 1, and Vida's not getting that real good fastball over the inside part of the plate. Usually an out pitch for him against right-handed batters. Fast one swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Comes to the plate with an off-speed pitch that misses outside, 2-1. Each club has 1 base hit.
Morgan, a one-out double. He went over to third on the play on a throwing error by Manuel. But Blue got Tolan and bench. 2-1 pitch to McRae, and he's right down on his knees swinging at that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He does get his cut, doesn't he? Blue kicks that white shoe in the air and throws. McRae hits it in the air to center field. Angel Manuel is back just in front of the warning track. Lots of room, and he makes the catch. 2 out. And here's Dennis Menke. Menke hit a homer yesterday. The Reds were behind 3-1. He made it 3-2. He has had 2 hits in the World Series. This year he has been up 16 times. Right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. High foul ball off first near the stands. And here in Cincinnati, the stands are much closer to the field than in Oakland, and that one goes over into the seats. With 2 down in the second inning, Oakland and Cincinnati, 0-0. If the A's win it, it's all over for 1972, and they'll carry a World Championship trophy back to the Bay Area. The Reds win it, we'll go to Game 7 tomorrow, right here in Cincinnati. The pitch to Menke, high, a ball 1-1. The Reds entered this World Series highly favored to win it all. There's a drive towards left center field. Manuel on his bicycle, going to his right. He reaches up and picks it off, and it's 3 up, 3 down here in the second. And the score after 2 innings of play at Riverfront Stadium is Cincinnati and Oakland, 0-0. For quite a while now, these World Series broadcasts have been brought to you in part by White Guard Antiperspirant, the one that really helps keep you dry when the action's hot. Well, this year, White Guard is pleased to introduce a brand new antiperspirant, White Guard Natural Scent. It's got the same great wetness fighter as regular White Guard, and it's got a great new scent, made from natural ingredients so it smells light and clean, not heavy or artificial, like a lot of other antiperspirants. New White Guard Natural Scent Antiperspirant. You'll like the way it works, and the new natural way it smells.
Gillette makes a better double edge now than the one your father used. The smoothest edge we can put on a blade, but the smoothest shave we can put on your face. The Platinum Plus blade. And someday, Gillette will make even a better blade for your son. The more things change, the more they stay the same. We made the first blade, and we're still the first blade. Gillette. Platinum Plus.
Jim Simpson along with Monty Moore. We're watching Dick Williams, the manager, who has come out to talk to Bill Haller, the home plate umpire, and the third base umpire, Mel Steiner. One from the American League, the other from the National, and I have no idea what it is that Williams was talking about. But to get back to the subject of Vida Blue in this 0-0 ball game, despite the fact it is 0-0, they've been hitting Blue pretty hard. Campaneris made a great play on Rose's high chopper. Bench made a line drive to left that Rudy had to haul it in, and then last inning in the second, Perez, McRae, and Menke all had good cuts. But it's still a scoreless game. Top of the third, Dick Green the batter, and Monty Moore the announcer. Green has had 4 base hits in this series. He's been up 12 times. The pitch, 1 on, hit deep short. Over for the ball, Concepcion. He throws to first, and Green is an easy out. 1 out in the third inning. It looked as if that conversation between Dick Williams and the third base umpire, with the home plate umpire, had something to do about the pitcher blowing on his hand. As you know, during the regular season, in order for them to put their hand up to their mouth, to blow on it or touch the fingers with the tongue, they have to step off the dirt part of the pitching mound. But during this cooler weather out in Oakland and here again today, apparently they're given permission for a pitcher to do that while on the mound. Here's Vida Blue. Takes the call strike. Gary Nolan throws a curve and hits the inside corner. Strike 2 to Blue. A native Californian now makes his home here in Cincinnati. Vida takes curve, call strike 3. Oh, they're 2 down in the third inning. And Nolan has gone through the A's batting order the first time around without being scored on this time. He starts all over with Bert Campaneris. The A's had only 1 base hit. They really had 2 if Manuel would have stepped on the bag at first as he was running. He had beaten out a deep grounder to the left side of the infield. Chris Pellicus had called him safe until he saw he missed the bag.
Campaneris hits one off the leg of the pitcher. Nolan knocks it down, underhands the ball to first for the out. Good break for Gary Nolan there, but that ball did hit him. So the A's go 1-2-3 in the third, and it is still Cincinnati and Oakland, 0-0.
Hi, this is Joe Garagiola. With World Series time here, managers depend on players to deliver dependable performances. And like a manager, you want dependable performance from your car. So look to the Big Dodge. It's got dependable features such as electronic ignition for more starting voltage. And there's an electronic voltage regulator for longer battery life. Plus torsion quiet ride for smoothness and quiet. But these features won't cost you. They're standard on all Big Dodge models this year. See the Big Dodge soon at your Dodge dealers.
Extra care in engineering. It makes a difference in Chrysler Corporation cars. The automotive company that helped put the first American in space now introduces a new age of automotive electronics. Electronic ignition to help you start in any weather. Electronic voltage regulator to help increase battery life. Electronics. Extra care in engineering. It makes a difference in Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth. Discover the difference. Drive one.
We call 30 seconds for station identification.
It's 10:28 from KGW Portland.
People who don't need it, drink it. Folks got on a diet, try it. You don't have to give up good taste to save on calories. Diet Right Cola tastes so good, everybody likes it.
Everybody likes it. Everybody likes it. Everybody likes it. Because it tastes so good. Everybody likes it. At play now, the last half of the third inning, Dave Concepcion, the red shortstop at the plate, and he has a count of 1 strike. As Vida Blue throws the curve for strike 2. Concepcion asked the plate umpire to look at the baseball. He thinks it might be a little too discolored to use. Sunshine has broken through in Cincinnati. 0-0. Concepcion will be followed by Nolan and Rose here in the last half of the third inning. Vida Blue for the Oakland A's. Takes the windup. Here's his 0-2 pitch, and he left him standing with a blue blazer. A fastball. Concepcion stands at the plate to question the call, but that ball is long gone. Over to third, and around the horn it goes. Blue gets his first strikeout of the day, and that's the first ball, Jim. It looks like he's really put some mustard on. Here's Gary Nolan, the pitcher. Right-handed thrower, a right-handed batter. Vida's first pitch to him is low for ball 1. Nolan batted twice the first game without a hit. Blue now misses. It is 2-0. 1 out, third inning, no score. Pitch to Nolan, he'll be taking, he is, and it cost him at the strike, 2-1. Third base coach Alex Grammas for Cincinnati. George Sugar at first. 2-1 pitch. Here's a drive foul. Nolan hitting a little late at a blue fastball. Scheduled to start yesterday's game. Had he had been able to throw well the night before in his warm-up, but he did not. Blues 2-2 pitch. Just misses. Tennis started to throw that ball to third. He thought they had him, and now Blues comes up with a big pitch. He needs a strike here to Gary Nolan. Around comes the arm, and a pitch on the way. Swinging strike 3, and he really hummed that one. Vida Blue looking now as if he's getting a little loose. But he's throwing that ball by the 8th and 9th hitters in the lineup. Now he has to go to work against the top. Here's Pete Rose, the left fielder. Reds have 1 hit. A double off the wall in right center by Joe Morgan. The A's have 1 hit, a single by Sal Bando. Here's Blues pitch to Pete Rose. And he's almost hit with a breaking ball. Had to jump out of the way. And yelling a little bit, they realize there is some bad blood between Rose and some of the A's players. Blue misses low with a curve. It's 2-0. A
pitcher throws at a batter, he doesn't do it with a breaking ball. Rose looking him over, has found himself out in front of Blue now at 2-0. Ball 3. Blue, ordinarily a pretty good control pitcher. For the season, he walked only 48 while striking out 111. He's got to throw some strikes in a row to Rose. Ball 4, he lost him. Now let's see if the Reds' running game turns on here. The pressure gets on Gene Tennis, the A's catcher who's taken a lot of abuse from the Red runners in this series. It has not all been Gene Tennis, however. The A's pitchers have not done a very good job of holding the runners on at first base. So with 2 down, a walk to Pete Rose, and with 2 out, a walk yesterday to Joe Morgan. Started a Cincinnati rally. Rose jumps off first. Blue looks at him. Here's the pitch to the plate. Taking a called strike. Morgan was trying to help Rose out if he wanted to go. Vida had a very quick release that time after he dropped down to the set position. Rose stole 10 bases for the season. He's stolen 1 in the series. Here he goes, a pitch and a pitch out. Tennis throws a second right on target, and Rose is out a mile. Gene Tennis called a pitch out, and they got Pete Rose down at second. It really wasn't very close. So after 3 innings of play, the score, Cincinnati and Oakland, 0-0.
Should a gentleman offer more than an evening to a lady, more than candlelight and small talk, more than just a night? Should a gentleman offer a cigarette to a lady? And what if he does? Well, baby, it's alright.
Chipperillo, regular, menthol, and aromatic.
At Rhodes we have got a lot to share, and we care about the people who shop here. We'll give you good reason to stop here. Just think of Rhodes as your store.
PhoneMate, the automatic answering service that records incoming messages, gives your pre-recorded message to callers, even lets you know who's calling without lifting the receiver. Perfect for home or office, just $139.50 at Rhodes, downtown, and Gateway.
Well, several things happened in that last inning, Monty, in that Blue did look looser, striking out Concepcion and Nolan, as you pointed out, the 8-9 batters. But when he lost Pete Rose, he lost them on 4 pitches that were all low in the strike zone, as opposed to high, where he had been when Perez, McRae, Bench, and Menke were all getting the good shots at him. And then again, Gene Tennis, who has not been the defensive catcher in this series that Johnny Bench is all year long, finally had a chance to throw out the running Pete Rose and did so. Now we go to the 4th. It will be Alou, Rudy, and Epstein. And here is Monty Moore. One of the secrets throwing a man out with a pitch out is to take your time, and Tennis definitely did that. He missed throwing Rose out one time earlier in this series. Rose was going just because he hurried his throw and threw it high and out into center field. He had that one right on the button. Here's Matty Alou to lead off. Harry Nolan's pitch to Matty is inside for a ball, 1-0. These men are playing for a lot of money. Some of the players have figured it out on the basis of the money taken in on 4 straight sellouts, the 4 games the players share in. The winners may get over $20,000. Foul ball back to the screen, 1-1. The last 3 years, the winners of the World Series have gotten over $18,000 a man. A dramatic jump after 1969 when the winners got $13,000, but it went up very high after that. First World Series ever, the winners got $1,100 a man. And during the war years, they sometimes got as low as $400 a man for losing in a World Series. Now Lou pops one up right out into very short right field. On comes McRae. He has it. 1 out in the 4th inning. Gary Nolan pitching a strong game here this afternoon. Not overpowering, but he's getting his curveball over. Here's Joe Rudy. Joe hit a fly ball to fairly deep right field for an out in the 1st inning. Rudy takes his time more than any other player in the series in getting into the batter's box. He's set now, and the pitch to him is a curve a little high.
Reds give Rudy about 90 feet of the left field foul line. Their left fielder, Rose, plays on a line from first through second right on out into the outfield. They definitely don't expect him to pull the ball. There's a high fly ball into left field. Rose has to go over to his right. He has plenty of time to get under that one. He's got it. When you see a man like Rudy hit one that high, he has just missed hitting a home run by a fraction of an inch on the baseball. He just got under that one a little bit. So there are two down, and here's Mike Epstein. Cincinnati and Oakland, 0-0. The 1972 World Series from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. And we're happy you're with us here on NBC and around the world, wherever you might be following America's national pastime. Epstein goes for a high breaking ball and fouls it off. Strike one. Oakland has had only one base runner. Cincinnati has had only two. One strike count. Nolan's pitch. Swinging strike two, and Epstein looks at that plate as if he is really off balance against this right-hander. Swung late on a Nolan fastball. And now Gary's well ahead of him at 0-2. See if he wastes one here. Just outside the ball, 1-2. Gigantic crowd to welcome the Reds home last night at the airport. Epstein goes down swinging, strike three. Looks like a changeup. He picked something off of it, and he has struck out the A's cleanup hitter twice in a row. In the middle of the fourth inning, the score is Oakland 0, Cincinnati 0.
Hello, this is Johnny Bench speaking for Anco Windshield Wipers. Back before I was playing for the Reds, I always thought the right fielder had the best position on the team. All he does is stand there waiting for an occasional high fly. But you know, right field can be like the windshield wipers on your car. They don't do anything either until some rain comes their way. But boy, do they have to hustle then. In a rainstorm or a snowstorm, clean wiping Anco windshield wipers or snow blades can save your life. But wipers, like ball players, eventually get old. Over a period of time, the sun, wind, and air pollution gets to them, and the rubber gradually deteriorates, and they really get aches and pains. If your wipers are over 6 months old, man, they could be over the hill and going into a permanent slump. So the thing to do is bench them. Drive into any service station where you see the bright yellow Anco service cabinet and tell the man you want a fresh new pair of Anco windshield wipers. That's Anco by Anderson. Definitely Major League.
It's no secret, if you're going to beat the Cincinnati Reds, you've got to handle Rose, Morgan, and Tolan. Something that the A's did so effectively in the early going. Last couple of games, that has not happened. Morgan will lead it off. He has already doubled off the wall and gotten as far as third base, and that's been the only threat. Followed by Tolan and, of course, Johnny Bench. Cincinnati fourth, and here's Monty.
Line of blue. The little Joe Morgan, who makes his home in Oakland, the home of the A's during the winter, tries to bunt, and he missed it. Strike one. That was a breaking ball, and up high, Morgan ran up on the ball as if he wanted to bunt it. I think he saw that it was going to be too high to get down. He tried to draw the bat back, but he'd gone too far. Scoreboard urging the Cincinnati fans on here. Curveball to Morgan, misses inside. It's 1-1. Blue has struck out two and walked one. The Reds send Pedro Borbon to work out in their bullpen. Blue's pitch. Breaking ball again. It is now 2-1 to Morgan, who really looks him over. He worked Raleigh Fingers for a big walk in the game yesterday, late. Turned it into a big run. 2-1 pitch. Foul off. Strike two. To walk him, it's almost like having him hit a double. Psychologically, it's probably worse on a team to walk him and see him steal second than to see him hit a double. The thing about him, I would imagine one reason he gets so many walks is not because he's so small and looks him over, but pitchers have to work carefully to him. He can also hit the long ball. He had 16 home runs for Cincinnati this year. Slider winds, kicks, and throws. High fly ball behind the plate. Gene Tennis throws the mask away right out in front of the Oakland dugout. He puts it away, and Morgan is the first out of the fourth inning. You know, Jim, it's really great to see what a World Series does to a city. Here
here in Cincinnati. Almost 15,000 fans at the airport last night. When the A's returned home from their first two games of the series, they had a crowd about that same size at the Oakland airport.
And Monty, really, I can't remember, and I talked to folks older than I, a greater 2 weeks of baseball than the American League East finish, the playoffs in both leagues, and now this World Series.
Just been baseball's finest year. Here is Tolan taking a breaking ball strike at the knees. Both the Reds and the A's had to go 5 hectic games to win their division playoffs in baseball's first ever 5-game playoff series. Tolan ran up on a fastball and left it in the catcher's mitt for a strike. It's 0-2. Vida Blue and Gary Nolan with the same results, pitching different kinds of ball games here today. Vida overpowering pitcher, Nolan an off-speed specialist. 0-2 to Tolan. He struck him out. Tolan had about a half cut at that pitch, and now he's asking the plate umpire where it was. So Vida Blue now has struck out 3 in the game. Here's Johnny Bench, who ripped one towards the foul line and left in the first inning with Morgan at third and 2 down. And Joe Ruby, who's been an outstanding outfielder all year for Oakland, ran it down, backhanded the ball just as he crossed the foul line and banged into the fence. Here's the pitch. Bench swings and misses. What a cut he had. Johnny hit a home run off Vida Blue in the All-Star game in Detroit 2 summers ago. He hit a lot of them this year, 40 against National League pitchers. Knocked in 125 runs. Change-up, misses low, a ball 1-1. Bench in this series had had 5 base hits, only one of them an extra base job, a double off the right field wall here in Cincinnati. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fastball going inside, 2-1. That's the pitch that Vida's not really getting over effectively here today. The way Bourbon is throwing, Gary Nolan may have told him his arm is tightened up. He's working hard in the bullpen. 2-1 to Bench. Ball 3 it is now. Vida's shooting at one spot. Looks like low inside about knee-high, and he's missing it. Now he has a big pitch to make to Bench. He'll be looking for one he can send for a ride. Here it comes. High drive, deep left field. He just hit it out of here. It is long gone, a home run. But not before Johnny Bench put him on top for the line drive homer into the left field stands. The score after 4, 1-0 Cincinnati.
Mike Moyer, Wethead. Mike Moyer, Vadryla. Roy Zuka, Wethead. Roy Zuka, Vadryla. With Vadryla aerosol hair control, you look so much better you won't believe your ears. The Wethead is dead, and the Drylook from Gillette did it. More men use it than any other aerosol.
Charlie Meisner, the Drylook.
The Drylook from Gillette.
Well, you heard about that Gillette Track 2, the 2-bladed razor, and you probably said, why should I shell out money for another razor? That's a good question. Here's a good reason. Because that Track 2 will give you a combination of closeness and safety that you just cannot get with a one-blade razor, no matter how many you have in your medicine chest. That's why. The Track 2 razor, Gillette made it one blade better.
With Monty Moore, Jim Simpson back in an excited Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, where Johnny Bench's 2-out, 3-1 pitch home run, his first home run and RBI of the series, has put the Reds out in front by the score of 1-0. Nolan has taken the mound, but remember, as Nolan went back into the dugout after pitching the 4th inning to the A's, immediately Pedro Bourbon began to warm up in the bullpen. It'll be Bando, Mangrel, and Temis in this 1-0 ball game, and that should be no surprise, Monty, as you pointed out, all 5 of these World Series games. For the first time in history, all of the first 5 have been decided by 1 run, and that's the score now. Cincinnati 1, Oakland nothing. As Bill Haller dusts off the plate, Bando's in and waiting, and Bench is ready to give the signal. Monty?
Bando has the A's only base hit of the game. A single in the second inning. Nolan winds, and here's his pitch. Bando hits a liner out over short. He has his second base hit of the game. Sal Bando is on to start the fifth inning for the Oakland A's. Jim Simpson, if Bourbon does not set a World Series record for appearances, he's definitely going to set a World Series record for warm-up. He's been up in every game out there.
And several times in every game.
Absolutely. Well, they say he has a rubber arm and likes to pitch all the time. He just continues to throw out there whether pitcher's in trouble or not. Here's Angel Manguel, who had a very unusual thing happen to him. He had a base hit on a grounder his last time up, but he missed first base. And was called out. 1-0 Cincinnati. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Manguel bangs it by third on the wrong side. It's a foul, strike one. Menke not guarding the line on Manguel. Looks over to the shortstop. Concepcion. He just raises his hand as if to say, should I or should I not be over there? The outfield plays Manguel. He hits the ball to right center field. Now left-hander Grimsley is up throwing for Cincinnati. Well, as he was yesterday, they'll have everybody in their bullpen up. This is shoot the works day. The least sign of trouble by Nolan, and he'll be out of there. One strike pitch. Manguel fouls it off at strike two. I don't know exactly where the pitch was. Bench hit. 3-1 count. And I'll tell you this, he definitely put it in the left field stands in a hurry. A line drive went out of here as if it were shot by a bazooka. From here, it looked as if it might have been low and away, but not low enough, apparently, before he went away. 0-2 count to Manguel. Curveball hit high in the air to deep left field. Back goes Pete Rose. He's on the warning track, turning around. He's got it! Angel Manguel of the A's just missed hitting one out of here. And Sparky Anderson is on his way to the mound before that ball was caught. Curveball and a two-strike count to Manguel, and he sent Pete Rose to the wall. Pete leaped in the air, so he caught the ball before he hit the fence. He held on to it, and Bando, who was all the way to second, goes back to first. Really wasn't that tough a catch for Rose. He didn't have to jump at all, but he did, and he held on to the ball. Looked good on the television screen anyway. Manguel just missed it. Now here's Gene Tennis. Nolan pitches. Tennis rams one foul by third, and the A's are starting to get some cuts at Nolan now. It's 1-0 Cincinnati. Locker is up in the Oakland bullpen. They might pinch it for Vida Blue if the A's get anything going here. Dick Green is on deck, and it's a possibility they could pinch it for him. Gonzalo Marquez is already selecting a bat. The pitch to Tennis. Low and away. A ball 1-1. And you know the Nolan look now is a little different on Gene Tennis than it was on the first day of the season. The World Series season, that is, because Tennis, relatively unknown to the Reds, hit 2 home runs. There's a foul ball back this way. Hey, we got a World Series souvenir right here in the booth. A National League ball here in Cincinnati. You go a whole season out in Oakland without getting a foul ball in the booth. It's so high, and it takes a Major League pop-up to get up here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gene Tennis. Off first base, the pitch. In the dirt, a great block by Johnny Bench. Oh, what a catcher he is to watch. That was a curve in the dirt with top spin on it, and out in front of the plate about 4 or 5 feet, which is the toughest kind the catcher has to handle. You don't catch those by putting your hand across your body and backhanding it. You move over to the right and block it, and Bench did just that. Now the count strings out to 2-2 on Gino. Nolan sets, here's the pitch. Fastball hit up in the air, deep center field. Way back goes Nolan. He may have room. He's on the warning track. He picks it off. Bando goes back to first. I don't mind telling you, the A's have hit a couple of ropes here in this inning. And now here's Dick
Green coming to bat. A 1-0 game, Cincinnati, and Nolan has got to thank his lucky stars that those two balls were at somebody. It's 404 feet to the center field wall here in Riverfront Stadium, and Gene Tennis made Nolan use up, or Tolan use up most of that. Pitch to Green is an overhanded curve, and he missed it. Swinging, strike one. Nolan at the stretch. The pitch. Green takes the curve in the dirt. Finch takes it again on the first hop. Foul bands over the A's open the inning with a line single to center. Angel Manguel hit a ball to the wall in left field. Gene Tennis hit one to the deepest part of the outfield straightaway center, and Tolan made the catch on the warning track. Now here's Dick Green, who's had 4 hits in this World Series. 1-1, the pitch. Drive right center field. Tolan's got to go some to get this one. He won't. It's going to hit the wall on one hop. Here's Vandal rounding third. He's coming home. The throw to the plate will not be made. The A's have tied the ball game. If you could ever see a roof caving in, it was right here in this inning. The A's have strung together 4 blasts in a row off Gary Nolan. You know, Jim Simpson, for a guy who hasn't batted very much this year, Dick Green has hit the ball well in this series.
That's right, Martin. I'm noticing that Vida Blue is coming up, and Walker's taking a seat. Now that Blue is back in the ball game, 1-1. I think Dick Williams likes his chances better with Vida Blue. We're not going to see too much more of Gary Nolan, however. Here comes Sparky.
And the Cincinnati pitchers say that when Sparky comes out there, he's not coming out for a conversation. He does all his talking on the bus and in the clubhouse. When he goes to the mound, he's going out to take him out. So Sparky Anderson has a hook in his hand. He's going to put it in Gary Nolan. And Gary here in this inning, after pitching 4 very strong innings for Cincinnati, just got the ball up. And I don't know, you might say, Jim, he's a little fortunate to be in a tie ball game the way they've hit the ball right here. They're going to bring in Ross Grimsley, a starting pitcher. In one of the games of this series, he's a left-hander. Bourbon is still in the bullpen. And Sparky, I would imagine, hated to have to take Nolan out of here right now and bring in one of these men because the pitcher's spot comes up 4th in the next inning if they get that far. And he may have the use of this pitcher for a very short time. Gary gets the fine round of applause. Cincinnati fans can't forget the 15 games he has won here this year. He's done an outstanding job.
Gary Nolan out, 4 2/3 innings. He has given up 1 run. He could be charged, of course, if Green scored from second base. There have been 3 base hits, 2 of those in this inning. But then again, Manguel sent Pete Rose to the wall, and Gene Tennis took Tolan all the way to the warning track in deep center field, 400 feet away, before Green lined that shot off the right center field wall to make it 1-1. So Nolan could lose the ball game should Green score, but right now he's charged with a 1 run. Grimsley is coming on, and Grimsley, of course, was a starter and a winner in this World Series. But then the other night in that very bizarre and great ball game in which the A's came back in the last of the 9th inning, he was a loser. He has worked 5 2/3 innings overall. Earned run average 3.46. He's one of the real fine young pitchers, and his fastball is just that much behind Don Gullett, who owns the best fastball of the Cincinnati Red staff. Grimsley, who worked yesterday, will work again today, and he'll be pitching to Vida Blue, and that man is still throwing down in the bullpen for Cincinnati as he has been for the last 15 or 20 minutes. Pedro Bourbon. Green at second, 2 out in a 1-1 ball game in the top of the 5th, and Blue will switch around and bat right-handed against Ross Grimsley.
Something he doesn't do too much, Jim. A little unusual, as a matter of fact. He's got to bat right-handed here. Grimsley off the stretch to pitch to Vida. A high, ball 1. The A's bullpen were completely fresh. Vida might not be batting right here. But the ace of the bullpen, Raleigh Fingers, went some 4 innings yesterday. Here's a pitch. Strike call, it's 1-1. And Grimsley popped that one in there with plenty on it. Cincinnati got their run on one mighty swing of the bat by great catcher Johnny Bench. The A's with a single and a double. Here's a pitch to Blue. Outside, ball two. Green bluffs the dash off second base and might have disconcerted Grimsley just enough that time to get him to throw that ball out of the strike zone. Reds outfielders are playing shallow. Green might have a hard time scoring on a hit. There's a strike call. It's 2-2. That might be academic the way Grimsley's throwing now anyway. Find a bunch a lot of times with 2 strikes on him, batting left-handed. Menke is playing him fairly shallow at third right now. 2-2 count. Grimsley comes to the plate. Ball 3. And now he has a big pitch to make. If he loses Blue, he'll have to pitch to Campaneris. What a World Series for pitchers and defenders. The old-time baseball purists love him like this. 3-2 pitch on the way. He walked him. Ross Grimsley comes into the game to pitch to Vida Blue. And walked him. And now Campy Campaneris comes up with a runner at second, a runner at first. And I would imagine the reason they chose Grimsley then over the right-hander Bourbon is the fact that Vida Blue ordinarily bats left-handed. Well, he never swung to that right-handed. He took a total of 6 pitches and worked his way off. That could be a big watch. The first one issued to an A's player today. Now Bert Campaneris comes on. He's grounded out of the infield twice. Grimsley set. Here's the pitch. Campy takes outside a ball. 1-0. And the natives here in Cincinnati get a little restless. Dick Green leading off second base. Just a little patch of dirt around the bases here. All the rest is green carpet. The pitch to Campaneris. Swung on and popped up. They're going to get out of it. Joe Morgan, the second baseman of Cincinnati, coming in behind the pitcher's mound. He's got it. And Campaneris left a lot of men on base in this World Series in scoring position. Does it again as Grimsley gets him to pop up. We're at the halfway point of the game, and we're right where we started as far as deciding it. It's Cincinnati and Oakland 1-1.
I'm sure you've all heard of the Plymouth Duster. It's a great little car. Economical, seats 5 comfortably. But maybe you haven't heard of the Space Duster. That's what Chrysler Plymouth is calling their Duster when you order the new fold-down rear seat. Good feature. Gives you all sorts of room in the back. 6.5 feet, in fact. Practically transforms the car into a miniature moving van. And it's fully carpeted back there, too. There's something else I think you like, the optional sliding metal sunroof. Chrysler Plymouth believes that since the 73 Duster is smart-looking and offers features like these, it could very well be America's best small car for the money. And I think they're right.
Plymouth Duster. Extra care in engineering. It makes a difference.
30 seconds for station identification.
It's 11 a.m. from KGW Portland. The radio bringing you this World Series is just one of the many electrical conveniences you can enjoy in your home. Portland General Electric Company can help you save electricity and still enjoy this convenience. PGE's new 12-page booklet called The Watt Watcher's Guide shows you the way. Inside, you'll find energy-saving tips you can use throughout your home. Ask your nearest PGE office for your free Watt Watcher's Guide today. Remember, electricity does so many good things for you. You don't want to waste it.
We have another thriller working in for the last half of the game. Here is NBC's Jim Simpson. Thanks, Monty. Hal McRae leads it off. He's 0 for 1. Vida Blue still in there working and throws a fastball up wide to deep center field. Back goes Manuel. Looks up, and it is off the wall. Down to second base goes McRae. Ball was high off the wall. I doubt that Manuel could have gone back to the wall and leaped and have reached that high. So instead he stopped dead in front of it at the warning track and let it bounce back to it. But it is a leadoff double to McRae. And here is Menke, who the last time up in the second inning hit the ball very hard, and Rudy made a fine running catch on him. 1-1 the score. Vida Blue has now got that Oakland bullpen working again as Bob Walker dashes down. Begin warming up, and along with him goes Dave Hamilton, the left-hander. Last of the fifth inning. Menke takes high from Blue. And now Bando races over to Vida Blue. wildness in the third and fourth innings has been low. He started off getting the ball up high, but got the pitches down that time. To McRae, he got a pitch up high, and he lined it for a double, and the first pitch to Menke is very high. The pitch, strike. Tom Hall, a left-hander who came over from Minnesota in the Wayne Granger trade, has gone to the bullpen for Cincinnati, so both bullpens are busy. McRae is down at second base. Down is 1 ball, 1 strike to Menke. Lou from the stretch. Throws a change, and that is up high. 2-1. Menke stares down to Alex Grammas, the coach at third base. George Sugar is over at first base, motioning to his base runner McRae at second. Green was coming in close by the bag. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, and he's fastball, and it's fouled away off to the right. 2-2. Bench planted a Vita Blue 3-1 pitch into the left field mezzanine in the fourth for the first run of the ball game, and in the fifth, Oakland tied it. Bando single and Green double to drive him in. And we are in the 6th consecutive post-ball game of this World Series. Ground ball right past the glove. A Blue up with a Campaneris going from deep shortstop, and he's got him on a great play as McRae goes to third. Campaneris in short center field as the ball touched the glove of Blue. Prevents McRae from scoring. And that is the second fine play by Campaneris throwing a man out, and he also made a great running catch back in the first. But that's enough to bring Dick Williams out of the dugout. Talk about the fastest hook, Monty. We're going to see a lot of pitches here today, it looks like.
Yes, the A's have even 2 of their starters out in the bullpen, as is Cincinnati. Of course, there's nothing to save them for. It's a long, cold winter after this one. The A's in the bullpen today will have starters Jim Hunter and left-hander Ken Holtzman. They have Hamilton, a left-hander, out there, and Harlan Fingers is there for no more than about 1 man.
It is not necessarily true that Williams came out there, Dick Williams came out to talk to Vita Blue about his pitching, but rather he might have been out there to talk about what are they going to do. With McRae at third base and 1 out, should there be a bunt for the right side? Should there be a bunt for the left side? What is the play? The infield has come in. Bando waved to his infielders. 1-1, the go-ahead run. McRae at third base with 1 out. Concepcion was set up with a curve in the third inning and then struck out, swinging at a fastball. Gets one in under the hands inside. Ball 1, the fastball from Vita Blue. This is where Blue desperately wants to strike out Concepcion again. Remove Grimsley from the mound and bring up a pinch hitter. Grimsley's out on deck. Blue's back with a ball. It's just at the knees, and that's the strike. There's Bill Haller, and Concepcion steps out. 1 ball, 1 strike. All continues in the Cincinnati bullpen. Hamilton and Locker in the Oakland bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1-1 to score. Haller briefly calls time. Now Concepcion is ready. Left-hander Vita Blue comes back and takes something off, and a pitch out looks like expected perhaps McRae on his way home from third base. Dennis stepped outside as Blue was delivering the ball and took the high and away pitch. They wasted one to see what McRae was going to do. The Reds have that reputation, aggressive on the base path. Blue looks over at McRae, who's standing there hands on hips at third base. Blue ready, fastball, center field. Manuel there, this should score McRae. Manuel very deep center field. Here comes McRae, here comes the throw. Offline, it's 2-1 Cincinnati. Concepcion for their sacrifice fly to deep center field, but don't take away what Menke did by advancing the man from second to third. Lindsley will now bat for himself and takes the call strike. Menke did the job. Matter of fact, Menke almost drove in McRae himself, had it not been for the fine play of Campaneris back at second base. 2-1, the Reds again have the lead. Lou right back, and Grimsley fouls it off to the left. 2 strikes. And we're right back in a 1-1 difference ball game again for the 6th consecutive time. The Reds lead at 2-1. Grimsley allowed to bat for himself with none on and 2 out. Takes a high pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the 6th inning, Grimsley will be facing the left-hander Alou, right-hander Rudy, and the left-hander Epstein. Change up, and Grimsley strikes out swinging. But 1-1 scores on the 1 base hit. There were no errors and none left. At the end of 5, the Reds lead the A's 2-1. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Gilbert. This is Miss Ramsey. I'm conducting a survey. Would you mind answering a few questions about air travel?
I'd be glad to.
What airline confirms your reservation in 3 seconds?
Delta.
And which airline delivers your bags in an average of 7 minutes after you land?
Delta.
Can you name an airline that flies the wide-ride jets, the 747, and soon the DC-10?
Delta.
What airline is known as the airline run by professionals?
Delta.
Which airline offers total service?
Delta.
Does the airline you fly most often accept the American Express Money Card? And does it let you extend payment for airfare on the American Express Money Card sign and fly plan?
Delta does.
Which airline do you plan to fly on your next trip?
Would you like to take a guess?
Monty Moore with Jim Simpson at Riverfront Stadium, where the fans here are seeing some great pitching and today, pretty good hitting. The ball has been hit hard so far. Cincinnati has only 3 hits. The A's have only 3. But they have really hit that ball hard. The outfielders have been on the move this afternoon. The score is Cincinnati 2-1. A big play. Ina Blue, a power-pitching strikeout-type pitcher, needed a strikeout of a man that he had struck out once before, Dave Concepcion. But he didn't get that strikeout. Concepcion fought him off in a 1-strike pitch and hit the ball into center field. A very, very stout-hearted performance by the shortstop at the plate against the hard-throwing Ina Blue. And now the Reds find themselves in front again, 2-1. Here's Jim.
The A's and their fans may wonder what has happened to Matty Alou. Matty Alou has been well over 300 in his career since he won that batting title with the Pirates. Here he has come on to the World Series against a team that he faced many times this summer because he was with the Cardinals. And he has won for 19. In this ball game, he's grounded weakly to second base and lifted a short fly ball to right field. 0 for 2 in the 6th inning and takes a strike from Grimsley. Alou is now 0 for 11 since his only hit in this series. That came in the 2nd game against Hall, who was warming up moments ago. Grimsley takes something off this pitch, and Alou fouls it back. 2 strikes. We're in the Oakland 6th. It's 2-1. If this lead stands up, we come back and you can really haul out the old cliche tomorrow. There'll be no tomorrow if we go to tomorrow. 2 strikes. Play loose straight away and rather shallow, and he lines this one toward Joe Morgan, who's playing very deep, and loops down to him, and it's off line drive, and Alou is out. Joe Rudy flied to right field and hit a very high pitch to left field in the 4th, just narrowly missing getting all of the bat on the ball. Got it very high. 0 for 2, 5 for 20 in the series. He hit a home run here to win the 2nd game last Sunday. And then in the bottom of the 9th inning, robbed Dennis Menke of an extra base hit. And the Reds have a chance to tie or win that ball game. Grimsley, the left-hander, throws low and away. It's ball 1 to Rudy. Rudy, a regular season 300 hitter. They play Joe swung around to the right as he hits many balls to the right, has great power to right center. But his home run here was pulled, and there's one pulled to left center field for a base hit on 2 hops to Pete Rose. And Rudy, the potential tying run, is on base. That's the 4th A's hit, the 1st off Grimsley. And here's Mike Epstein, who is 0 for 14 and has struck out twice swinging. That was against the right-hander Nolan. Now he's got to face the left-hander.
Jim, there's a scouting report single. Pete Rose is really cheating. We mentioned a little while ago he plays Rudy about 90 feet over towards center with a normal defense for a right-handed batter. That's an easy double.
Good point, Monty. Epstein, the left-hander, steps in. Leading off at first is Rudy. The pitch swung on, grounded toward first base. Perez with it. Grabs it with his bare hand and goes over and sliding around the throw, but not quite. As he puts it on him, Perez made a delicate play out of something there. He grabbed it with a bare hand, scooted toward the line, never did touch the bag, but did touch Epstein as he slid around him toward first base. Rudy goes into second. Epstein is retired by Perez. Here's Sal Bando, who is 2 for 2 today. If he gets his third base hit here, we got a tie ball game again, apparently. Bando led the A's with game-winning RBIs all through the regular season. He has had no RBIs in this World Series. He scored the only run back in the 5th inning, scoring ahead of Green's double. Sal is 2 for 2, both singles to left center. Lindsley works to Bando outside. Ball 1. 2 outs, 2 to 1 the score. Cincinnati, top of the 6th. Rudy down at second base. Is up and throwing again. Hall has taken a seat in the Cincinnati bullpen. Lindsley throws again outside. Lindsley, most of his missed pitches have been away from the right-hander, keeping the ball to the outside corner, and that's where he's missed. 2-0 as Manuel steps out on deck. Lindsley's throw rolled away, and it is 3-0. And now Menke charges into Grimsley. Dennis may have gotten a sign from Sparky Anderson, who is now up and walking back and forth and looking down to the bullpen. Now Anderson is coming out. He may have gotten the signal, and that may be all on a 3-0 count to Grimsley. Grimsley just stands there and stares back, foot still on the rubber. Here comes Bench out. Jim, he did this. He made a change 3-0 the other day with Mike Epstein at the plate. 3-0 count. He brought in Clay Carroll at that time, and Carroll threw a fastball called strike, and then Epstein went to the 3-1 pitch and grounded out. This is the type of thing right here. Sparky might be saying, look, don't give the guy one he can hit out of the ballpark if he's going to leave it in here. He's not. Well, he's going for the sinker ball man, Pedro Bourbon, who has been around a few times before. This is the 6th World Series game, and for Bourbon, this will be his 5th. Jim, you wonder how many times Johnny Bench really influences what Sparky Anderson does in a case like that. They say Bench is probably about as smart a catcher has been around in a long time, and I would imagine that Sparky, knowing how well Bench knows his pitchers, might get a lot of valuable information out of him. Managers definitely go to catchers a lot. Well, they also tell me, Monty, that once you see Bench behind that plate and he should glance toward the dugout, that's just as Sparky Anderson. He immediately goes because his catcher, only 24 years old, but a man that's already been the most valuable player at age 22, a man who again this year has led the major leagues in home runs and in RBIs, has hit a home run here today for one of the 2 Reds runs. Sparky rarely takes the advice of Johnny Bench. He's got everything. Shotgun arm, he knows how to block, he knows how to call a game, and he can hit the ball out of sight. Bourbon is in warming up. Now, Grimsley worked 1 inning. Gave up 1 base hit. That's it. He did walk 1 man, and that was Vida Blue. Bourbon coming on has an earned run average of 1.76, attained in 5 1/3 innings of play. He has given up just 1 run. He has walked a couple. He has struck out 4, and he's been very effective. When Pedro is in there, he hits that ball into the batters hit that ball into the ground. He has a real good sinker, not only a sinker, but it breaks down and into a right-handed batter. The Reds are trying to make World Series history. No team in World Series history has ever lost their first 2 games at home and gone on to win a World Series. However, there have been 5 teams in history who have been down 3 games to 1, as the Reds were going into yesterday's game, to come back and win it. The last team, the Detroit Tigers, in 1968. Sal Bando, with a count of 3-0, he is 2 for 2 on the day and has scored the only A's run. Steps in. Bourbon working to him on this 3-0 count with 2 out, and Joe Rudy down at second base, and he gets the call strike, and Bando is taking all the way. Now Bando will look for his pitch. Swinging, pops it up. Playable, Johnny Bench goes aside the mask, passes glove, and has it. And Bourbon on 2 pitches. Gets him out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and Joe Rudy left at second base. We go to the last of the 6th. Cincinnati 2, Oakland 1.
Hello, I'm Johnny Bench for Anco Windshield Wipers, and I want to talk to service station men and display the bright yellow Anco Windshield Wiper service cabinet. You can make the wiper business good business simply by asking one little question of every driver. Do your wipers streak your windshield? No high pressure, no hard sell. If the answer is yes, suggest replacing the streakers with fresh Anco wipers and tell them you can do it in seconds. That's all there is to do. It's as easy as taking the base on balls. That's Anco Wipers by Anderson.
Nothing can crack the turtle sack. Hey, nothing can crack the turtle sack.
Come detergent, grease, salt, weather, Turtle Wax comes through because nothing comes through the Turtle's hard shell finish. Shine your car to blinding brilliance in 25 minutes with Turtle Wax.
Turtle Wax cracks the turtle sack. Hey, nothing can crack the turtle sack.
Turtle Wax in liquid or paste. Anything else is mock turtle.
The scoring in this game has been best. The Reds hit the scoreboard first with a line drive homer by Johnny Bench with 2 down in the 4th inning. Oakland tied in the 5th on a single by Bando, a double by Dick Green. The Reds got the go-ahead run and a leadoff double by McRae and a sacrifice fly ball by Dave Concepcion. We go to the last half of the 6th inning. Vita Blue still on for Oakland. Once again, Jim Simpson.
Pete Rose is 0 for 1 plus the walk. Campaneris had a great play into the 1st inning. Rose walked in the 3rd and was thrown out trying to steal. Vita Blue still in there. Throws and he hits the change. Pops it up towards short right field. Back goes Green and has it. So 1 out. Morgan doubled in the 2nd. Reached third on the throwing error by center fielder Manuel, but was left stranded there as Campaneris and Rudy turned an outstanding defensive play. In the 4th inning, Joe fouled out to catcher Gene Tennis. Reds win it today. Need we remind you, it'll be a 7-game series. A's come back. It's all over today. Vita Blue left-hander to left-hander, and he fires a strike to Joe Morgan, who is now 1 for 18 in the series. But he has scored 3 runs. Blue right back, and there's a ground ball to the right side. Over quickly comes Green. Underhand Epstein, and has Morgan by 4 or 5 steps. Looked like it was trouble. Epstein showed a little indecision there, whether he should go for it or go for the bag. Well, here's Bobby Tolan. Campaneris made the good running play on him in the 1st, with Morgan at 3rd base, and he struck out looking in the 4th and turned around to umpire Bill Hollers to where was that? Tolan is the RBI leader in the series with 4, and he led the Reds in the playoffs with 4 RBIs. Blue pitches, ground ball up the middle, may get through. Campaneris waves at it, it goes on through to center field. Manuel is there. Tolan takes a big turn, goes back to first, and with Tolan at first, here's Johnny Bench, who's hit the ball hard twice today, once for a home run. Locker and Hamilton go to work again. Bench pulled a Vita Blue fastball. A vicious drive down the left field line in the 1st inning. Joe Rudy made a fine running catch. In the 4th inning with a 3-2, Blue just made it too good, and Bench lined it into the mezzanine in left field. Time has been called. Campaneris has come in. I don't think there's any strategy here. It's just that Locker and Hamilton have just now started to throw. 2 outs. Tolan at first base. Reds 6. They lead it by a run. They want more. Blue now ready. Set. Throws. High and away. Ball 1 to Bench. They say when Tolan leads for second base, he is not going. When he makes the motion to go back towards first, he may be running. We'll watch him. And he is checked over there. Blue forces him back with a throw to Epstein, who's holding at the bag. Plants the left foot inside the dirt, the right foot on the artificial turf. Now he's going to be checked back again. Well, such is the aggressiveness of this running Cincinnati ball club. And so close is the game, they can't afford to let these fellas get a jump on it. Tolan has stolen 3 bases in this series already in 4 attempts. Now he's leaning back, but he's not going, and the pitch is outside. Here's 2-0. And Dick Williams is walking out now. That second pitch outside. Blue turns around and now sees that Williams is coming out. Fans don't like
super sinker baller. He's been around a long time. Bob did a great job for Oakland this year. He had some misfortunes over in Detroit in that ball game where he inherited a 2-run lead in the last half of the 10th inning, and Tigers scored 3 to win the 4th game of the playoff series. But Bob is the kind of a pitcher that most batters are going to hit the ball on the ground. He is a little bit like Borbone. He throws a hard sinker that goes down and in to a right-handed batter.
Sinker ball pitcher has to have a little luck, really, because most batters do hit the ball. Locker doesn't strike out too many, just the same way as Borbone. You have to hope that when he hits it at somebody, and particularly on a turf such as this. They say it's hard for a sinker baller to win on artificial turf because the ball does shoot through there so quickly. Some batters, however, will tell you that sinker baller is effective here because the ball does take true hop, shooting infielders, and gets out there in a hurry. So Bob Lockman here, it's a pretty tough situation. Both managers are working here with changes in the middle of a count to a batter. Sparky Anderson and Dick Williams both have brought on a pitcher before a batter is out or retired.
It's something unusual, Monty. This is Walker's first appearance in the World Series. He has been up and down, throwing nearly as much on the sidelines as if he were in the game all through this series, but now he's in for the first time. Throughout the year, he was 6-1. Had 10 saves and an earned run average of 2.65.
Jim, he's strictly a reliever. He has been ever since he's been in baseball. He has been around for a lot of years with the White Sox and the A's and the Milwaukee Brewers. He has never started a ball game. He's been in upwards of 1,000, but has never started one.
And in this World Series, Monty, it is now certainly that through 6 games, no pitcher has finished this ball game or has started one. Everybody has been relieved. Well, the situation is Johnny Bench has a 2-0 count choice. Tolan is on at first base. Still a danger to go. Walker, a right-hander, has come on to face the right-handed Bench. Tolan is on his way. Fastball down low, and Kenneth has it popped out of his hand. 4th stolen base and 5 flies for Bobby Tolan. Count of 3-0, so now they'll put Bench on. 3-0, they don't want Bench to hit away. Remember what happened a couple of games ago with the count 3-2? They made as if to put Bench on, and he took the breaking pitch from Fingers to strike 3. Count of 3-0 now, but Johnny is standing in there, swinging the bat. And here comes Perez. Number of hits. 8 for 20 thus far. He is 0 for 2 today. Scored a couple of times, has not driven in runs, but he's got a golden opportunity here, and this is a man that can hit the long ball. Locker throws it down low. It's a sinker ball. 0-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Reds. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the A's. We are in the Cincinnati 6th in Cincinnati. Ready, throws, ground ball, foul. Glamis has it go over his head in the coaching box, and it bounds down into the A's bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cesar Geronimo is warming up. Hal McRae, who is Monty described as a real slasher, he comes out swinging, describes himself as the offensive player of the Reds. And with a 2-1 lead, perhaps more, they're looking for defense probably in the next inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Perez ready. There goes the runners, and the ball is hit up the middle, and they're running on the play. Tolan will score 3-1, and on the way to third goes Bench.
giving up the intentional walk to Bench, and then Perez gets his first RBI with a line drive single up the middle. Here's McRae, who doubled and scored in the fifth. And it's strike one. McRae led off the fifth with a double off the right center field wall. Runners at the corners. Bench at third, Perez at first. Still 2 out. Now it's a 3-1 ball game. Walker ready, throws, downed toward Campanera. Campanera shoots the green for the force at second. But the Reds get another run on one base hit. And the running game really paid off. They've got 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left. At the end of 6, the Reds lead the A's 3-1.
More than an evening to a lady, more than candlelight and smoke talk, more than just a night. Should a gentleman offer a Ciparella to a lady, and what if he does? Well, baby, it's alright.
Ciparillo, regular, menthol, and aromatic.
At Rhodes we have got a lot to share, and we care about the people who shop here. We'll give you good reason to stop here. Just think of Rhodes as your store.
Exclusively at Rhodes, the name caller. This battery-operated automatic telephone caller instantly dials any of 38 numbers you most often call. Convenient, accurate, perfect for home or office. And at Rhodes, downtown and Gateway.
We pause 30 seconds for station identification.
It's 11:30 from KGW Portland.
You know, to some people, a newspaper is only a masthead, some type, and a few pictures. At the Oregonian, we know better. To us, a newspaper is people, individuals who we're very proud of. People like our sports writer, Leo Davis. Leo's a dedicated journalist who's been voted the outstanding sports writer in Oregon 4 times. Leo's only one of the people who make the Oregonian a great newspaper. Tomorrow, have your morning coffee with Leo Davis. For Oregonian home delivery, call 226-2121.
Now in the top half of inning number 7, with Cincinnati leading 3-1 on 5 hits, the A's have 4. Here's Jim Simpson. All right, Monty. Cesar Geronimo, as expected, is now out in right field. McRae is out of the game. Mangrel leads off and takes the strike. Mangrel thrown out at first base because of the fact that he didn't tag the base. He had the throw beaten. That was in the second, and then sent Rose very deep in the 5th inning. Foul to the screen. 2 strikes. Reds lead it by 2. It's the first time in the World Series they have led by as much as 2 runs. This is a team that was down 2 games to none, dropping their first 2 at home. Went out to Oakland, took 2 out of 3 there. They came back here trailing 3 games to 2. They're trying to even it today. Line drive, base hit by Bangwell to right. Tolan turns it off with a fine backhanded play and holds Mangrel on to a single, and that was a fine play by Tolan. Backhanded the ball, racing for Geronimo. They were head up on each other. Backhanded it before it slipped through to the warning track in the wall. Mangrel had to hold on. Now the fans become apprehensive because here is Gene Tenace, one of the few men in World Series history that have hit 4 home runs in a series. Swing, foul at the plate. Tenace hit his first two times up against Gary Nolan in the first game. Then on Thursday night, he hit a home run and had an important single in the 9th inning rally. And yesterday afternoon, he hit a 3-run home run. He has driven in 7 runs. Breaking pitch, and the curve floats over. 2 strikes to Tenace. He must have been guessing fastball. Leadoff batter Mangrel on at first base. Bourbon, the right-hander, throws, and the breaking pitch misses outside. Very close. Well, Bourbon threw him his good fastball on the first pitch, and twice now has thrown the breaking ball. Back with the fastball, grounded toward third base, foul ball. Menke backhands it again, and he takes everything. 1970 World Series, everybody was talking about the most valuable player that year was Brooks Robinson. Called him the vacuum cleaner over third base. Menke has not had the opportunities for the fantastic plays that Brooks Robinson turned in, but he sure has taken everything within range. And sometimes a little of those that are not in range. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tenace. Bourbon throws a fastball, foul again at the plate. lead it 3-1. We are in the Oakland 7th, in the bottom part of the batting order. Pavone throws the breaking pitch outside, swing foul tip. He's still alive, as Bench couldn't hold on to it. Dennis really lunged at a breaking pitch outside the strike zone. Just got a little piece of his bat on it. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pavone at the set, throws the breaking pitch again. It's popped up. Tolan, short center field. Has it. Dennis did see some of the sinking fastballs of Pavone, but Dennis was most ineffective against the breaking pitch thrown by him. And now Green is scheduled to hit, but is not going to hit. Gonzalo Marquez, who made headlines in the playoffs and in the World Series, is coming out. Marquez, one of those who comes up to swing. He is 3 for 4 as a pinch hitter, hitting .750 in this World Series. And Dick Green making a move now. Benching Green, who doubled in the only run that the A's had. But of course, Marquez is the man who swings, and down in, what was it with Iowa, Monty, that he had such a great season before coming up to you?
Yes, he did. Year before last, he hit 380-something in the minor leagues and felt that he should be in the big leagues, and he did not get a big league contract, so he held out the entire season last year. This year he opened up with the Iowa Oaks, the AAA Farm Club, and had a very fine year, and has been an outstanding pinch hitter. He had 7 hits and 15 at-bats as a pinch hitter during the last part of the season.
And he's 3 for 4 here in the World Series. Left-handed batter, Manuel still at first base. Fastball blown away to Marquez. Don Mincher has come out on deck and will bat for the pitcher Locker. Breaking pitch misses, and it's 2-0. Marquez not only 3 for 4 in the World Series, but 2 for 3 in the playoffs, 5 for 7 in postseason play. He was saying he held out all last year. He's got a good leg to stand on this year.
I'll say he has.
2-0 comes back with a fastball and has him swinging. 2 balls, 1 strike. Including those 7 for 15 during the season that Monty was talking about, as a pinch hitter, Marquez is 12 for 22. That's better than 500. 2-1 to him. Perez holding Manuel on at first. Out again at the plate. And again he saw the fastball. 2-2. Now Hall is throwing, and now the Hawk, Clay Carroll, has joined the Blaze. Always names for players in the National and American Leagues, the Hawk and the Blaze. Translated Clay Carroll and Tom Hall. Fastball misses. 3-2. 3-2 with 1 out. We will see whether or not Manuel will be off and running, or whether he won't. Is ready. He's not running at first base. It's the breaking pitch. Pavone goes to second base to Concepcion. Back to first. Too late. And the hesitation of Pavone might have cost him the double play right there. Kept him alive. He has the ball. Thought about it for a minute. And then threw to second base. So the A's and Marquez is still alive. And that'll bring on Don Mincher. Mincher started out the year for the Texas Rangers. Hitting .216, 6 home runs, 44 RBIs, and as we said back in the 1965 World Series, his first World Series at bat, hit a home run off Don Drysdale. Mincher the other night, in the 9th inning of that dramatic come from behind 3-2 win, the A's had an important line drive single to right center field. The Reds lead it 3-1. Their bullpen is busy. Comes Sparky Anderson. We are really seeing some chances. The wheels have turned in every one of these games. And with the left-hander Mincher coming up, it might be that Tom Hall very quickly will be called in because Sparky might be having bad dreams of a Mincher pulled line drive home run. And so Pavone is leaving. And as soon as he makes that change, Dick Williams will make a change. Dave Duncan was standing in the dugout with a batting helmet on. And I believe they'll call Don Mincher back. Dave Duncan pinch hit for him. Duncan had a big pinch hit yesterday down the line in left field, and he'd been a
ninth inning. Well, these men in the managerial chairs for this World Series going into the 6th and 7th games, if it goes that far in a while, and right now the Reds are certainly in the driver's seat, has said, I've got a 25-man roster, and I've got to use them. So Tommy Hall, a hard-throwing little left-hander, is coming on, and sure enough, Don Mincher will go back, and Dave Duncan will take his place. The A's pinch hitting success in this series has been incredible. They had 3 straight pinch hits in the game night before last in Oakland, the game they came from behind and won. Yesterday, they had another couple of pinch hits. Marquez and Duncan both went up as pinch hitters and got base hits.
Tom Hall is entering his 3rd World Series game. He has worked a total of 4 innings thus far, has not allowed a run. He has allowed 3 hits. He has walked 2, and he struck out 3. They call him the Blade, tall and thin. He'll face Dave Duncan, the big catcher who started out the year as a regular Oakland catcher, hit 19 home runs in the early going, and most of his RBIs, 59 in the early going, before Gene Tennis took over. He comes up with 2 out, Marquez on at first base in the Oakland 7th, and the A's down by a score of 3-1.
Jim, I'm sure there'll be a lot of discussion about whether Bourbon thought that was going to be the 3rd out with a throw to first base, or if he thought the runner had taken off from first on a 3-2 count, because he had an easy double play ball hit back to him by Marquez a minute ago, and as you mentioned, he had that hesitation. He looked right at first base right off the bat as if he thought, well, they're 2 down and this will make the 3rd.
Well, let's see if it makes a real difference or not. Of course, he would have been out of the inning with the pitcher leading off in the 8th inning. As it is, he must now face Dave Duncan pinch hitting for the pitcher. Walker worked a 3rd of an inning, gave up a walk and a base hit. No runs. All right, Tom Hall is ready. Cloudy Cincinnati. Rain showers expected. Hall throws, and it's up high to Duncan. Ball 1. If there is a 7th game tomorrow, and right now you'd have to say it looks like it, wouldn't you? But 2 runs is not that much, although it's been plenty. Would have won any other game in this series. Rain showers are expected tomorrow. A 60% chance. 1 ball, no strikes. Duncan tries to check his swing on a breaking pitch and cannot. It's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Duncan had a sharp single down the left field line yesterday's game as a pinch hitter. Big, tall, and strong. Now very tense here, waiting for the Reds to get out of it if they can. Hall is ready and throws, and this one is up high. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The crowd in Cincinnati becomes so quiet when the A's are in any kind of threat, Monty. It's almost as though you're doing a golf match and you're close to a man about to take a putt. You don't want to talk too loud for fear of disturbing them. But there are more than 50,000 here looking on. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Duncan's out in front of it. And it's strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Oakland 7th. Left side of the infield for the right-handed Duncan, way back. The skin of the infield there, there'd be 10 to 15 feet in back of it. Already 2-2, and Struck came out swinging. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and Marquez left standing at first base. We go to the last of the 7th, and the Reds continue to lead the A's 3-1.
My dear, I remember when traveling to Florida was an absolute delight. Oh, we were treated like royalty, believe me. At the airport, a skycap ran to the curb and checked in our luggage. As we strolled toward the ticket counter, a man in a red jacket directed us to the gate. And we never spent a minute waiting in line. Our jet was a wide-right 747. Oh, my dear, the seats were a lot of luxury. And the food, well, my bag just went by the board. We had the most charming stewardess, too. I mean, truly professional. Oh, darling, the flight was all too short. And you know, our luggage actually beat us to the claims area. My trip to Florida was such a joy.
Was that a long time ago, Grandma?
Just last month, my dear, when Grandpa took me to Miami on Delta Airlines.
Enjoy Delta's total service on your next trip. Charge your Delta tickets on the American Express Money Card. You can even extend payment for your airfare on the American Express Money Card Sign and Fly plan. Delta is ready when you are.
With McDonald's Big Mac, you get a lot to about. Lettuce, cheese, special sauce, and a double helping of meat. All on a toasted sesame seed bun. McDonald's Big Mac. Open wide and say, ah.
3-1 ball game. Menke has lined to center and grounded out 0 for 2 and takes a pitch inside, ball 1. I can give you a couple of predictions for tomorrow. If it goes to the 7th game, it'll be Jack Dillingham for the Reds and Blue Moon Oldham for the A's, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Hamilton is back and gets the fastball on the outside corner. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. But this is still a close ball game. I think we get a little spoiled by the fact that every game has been so low scoring and so close. Here's the pitch, down low in the dirt, kind of figures it out, 2-1. That when any team gets the lead of a run or two, you get the feeling that that's it. The 2-1 pitch. Hamilton comes back with a very high inside fastball, and he's gone to 3-1 to Menke. Dick Williams does not want to use Raleigh fingers today. He's been just pitching so much. Tomorrow is the final day. Ball is popped straight up in the air. Tennis, he'll have to wait for it to come down. He's got a lot of room. Tosses away his mask and has it for the first out of the Cincinnati 7th. Concepcion, who hit a Vita Blue fastball to deep center field back in the 5th inning, drove in the go-ahead run. Hal McRae from third base. Sacrifice fly. The only other time at bat, he struck out. Also on a Vita Blue fastball. Hamilton throws, and it's a strike. On deck is Tom Hall. Left-hander into the windup and changes on a breaking pitch. It's down low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the Oakland 8th, it's the top of the batting order. But the top of the batting order hasn't done much in this World Series. Campaneris and Lou have been handcuffed. 1-1, and the pitch is again low. Again a breaking pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike to Dave Concepcion. Each team has 5 hits. Hayes committed an error that did not hurt. Reds lead at 3-1. Back with a fastball. Ground ball, base hit, left field. Hamilton gives up the first base hit. And Tom Hall will be up there. And with a 2-1 lead, I would imagine Tom Hall is up there to move Concepcion as good speed down to second base and let Pete Rose, who drove in the winning run yesterday, try to bring him home. Bando comes in at third base. Epstein holding at first and preparing to dash toward the plate if necessary. All left-handed batters. Hamilton stares for the sign. Rose waits on deck. Bando's all the way in now. Hall squares around as if to bunt. Misses at the strike. Concepcion wasn't too far off the bag. Strike 1. Kubiak had cut behind him, hoping that he'd stray off and Tennis could throw him out on the pickoff play. Now Hamilton discusses things with Campaneris. Hamilton was so long in the windup that Bando had moved in so far he had to stop and look over, wondering when he was going to pitch. He was right on top of Hall. Ready again. The bullpen is busy again for the A's. Here's the pitch. It's missed again. The throw to second base as he's on her way, and he's safe. Chick was calling safe as he was sliding because the throw was in front of the bag. Stolen base for Concepcion, and now Hall with 2 strikes and swing away. Joe Horan is the man, the right-hander down in the Oakland bullpen. Reds leading by 2, hoping to add an insurance run. Hall can swing away. Hamilton working from the stretch. Takes something off the pitch. It's low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hall looks down to Alex Krambus, the coach at third base. A chilly day in Cincinnati. Temperature in the 50s, supposed to be warmer but wetter tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch, and he took something off that, and Hall strikes out swinging. And here comes Pete Rose. On a great day yesterday, hasn't had that good a day today. Campaneris ran out on a close play in the first inning. He walked but was thrown out stealing in the third and popped to the second baseman in the 6th. And they're going to put him on to get to the left-hander, Joe Morgan. and make history. They dropped their first two at home. They'd like to come back and win the series. Nobody has ever done that. Hamilton ready and throws the strike to Morgan on the outside front. Bobby Tolan swinging a bat on deck. Hamilton throws down the left field line. It is in there. Concepcion will score. Rudy is over to pick it up. Here's the throw to third base. And going in and safe is Pete Rose. Is down to second, and the throw goes Joe Morgan. The strategy backfires. It's 4-1 Cincinnati. And here comes Bobby Tolan with runners at second and third. Still 2 out. Orland continues to work. Should Tolan get on, I'm sure we will see him against Johnny Bench. He's coming out on deck. Tolan tries to bunt his way on and misses. Strike one.
Dick Williams just yelled out of the dugout before that pitch to the first base side and reminded them that Tolan likes to bunt with 2 outs.
Bando is in ahead of the bag. Rose's uniform fairly dirty after the headlong slide. Leading down, and there's a big cut on a fastball from Hamilton at strike 2. With 1 out, Concepcion single to left. With all at bat, he stole second base. But he put Rose on, and then Morgan tossed him up with an opposite field line drive single to score 1. Morgan went down to second on the throw, ground ball foul at the plate. Still 2 strikes to Tolan. Tolan today has a stolen base. The Reds are running again, and they are winning. Hamilton ready. Tolan stands that bat held high. 2 strikes, foul again off the fist and back to the screen. 4 runs now on 7 hits and no errors for the Reds. 1 run, 5 hits and 1 error for the A's. The way it looks now, the dramatic clincher tomorrow. Hamilton is ready. Off-speed pitch has Tolan ducking. That was a straight change. Nothing on the pitch at all, and Bobby was able simply to duck down under it. On ball 2 strikes. Hamilton takes something off this, and it's a line drive. This should score 2 men. Into the corner goes Alou. Both men score, and we've got the biggest margin by far. Threw an off-speed pitch, and Tolan with 2 strikes on him was able to lace it into right field. And for the 3rd game in a row, Tolan has broken in 2 runs. It's 6-1 Cincinnati. Here comes Dick Williams.
And Jimmy's going to have to make a change again. Dave Hamilton got ahead of 2 left-handed batters in a row, and then lets the ball get away from him, got up a little bit, and a good-hitting Morgan went the opposite way. Tolan, twice in this series, has been able to hit the ball to right field off left-hand pitching. And the speed of Cincinnati has really turned this thing around. They have been running almost at will throughout this entire series. And just an out or so at a second base, for instance, in this inning, with Concepcion going, and the batter at the plate being a pitcher. He was an easy strikeout victim. If they get the runner at second base, and it was close, then the inning is gone. You got to look for Bobby Tolan around here now. They're leading by 5 runs, but he might take off again. Joe Harlan's a veteran. He's been around a long time. He has the unusual distinction of having been in 3 different kinds of World Series. As a kid, he was in the Pony League World Series as a pitcher for a Texas team around San Antonio, his home. Then, as a collegiate, a senior at Oklahoma State University, then Oklahoma A&M, he pitched in the National Collegiate Championship World Series in Omaha and was a winning pitcher in the winning game. And now here he is, of course, achieving a lifetime dream of pitching in a World Series, and he inherits a situation that I'm sure he didn't include in those dreams.
Hamilton worked just two-thirds of an inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, a strikeout, and a walk. Bobby Tolan with timeout as Horland warmed up. He's about to make his first World Series appearance here in the 1972 series. As Horland warmed up, Sparky Anderson, Ted Suzuki, called Tolan off first base just to shake his hand. He walks to the dugout. It's 6-1. Bobby Tolan has made the Reds go in these last 3 games. 2 RBIs in each of them. And now, the Cincinnati pitching staff knows with this 5-run ball, the tying or winning run can never come to the plate. That's the present ratio of 5-run deficit. And that makes throwing the ball a little bit easier. And you know you can throw for strikes and let him hit it. You got a big ball. His bench was 2 out and Tolan on his first base, and he's on his way. Nope, bluffed me and bluffed Kenneth, the catcher. Took a big lead that time. And then comes back. Tolan stole a base in the 6th. He is 4 for 5 in stolen bases. Some kind of series. Now he's going for real, and it's a wild pitch. Down to second base he goes. Pitch is low and away, shooting by Tennis, and Tolan is down easy. Not a stolen base, it's a wild pitch. He had a great jump on Horland, but the signal we get from the press box to our left, wild pitch. Bench. Now has a count of 2-0. Johnny has hit a line drive, and they're going to put him on again for the second time in a row, and he's also home. Now, corrected what we heard initially, and have given Tolan another stolen base. The 5th of the series. Ball for the bench. Who lined out in the first, homered in the 4th, and Stenson walked twice intentionally. And here comes Perez. Perez has driven in his first run in this series, back in the 6th inning. 6-1. All of this with 2 out. Horland throws, breaking pitch, gets away from Tennis, and the runners move up. It was in the dirt and bounded off of him. That's the second time that Horland has gotten the ball blown away. This one bounced in front of the plate. The other one was under the glove of Tennis. And the runners move up.
Now, Jim, over in Detroit in that big game number 4 in late innings, the extra innings, Joe's curveball broke off for a wild pitch that really hurt.
Tolan bluffs coming home of curveball, misses outside. Ball 1. The Reds are really running now and trying to intimidate. The A's, they've got a 5-run lead in this game, but there's tomorrow, and if they can get the A's off balance and shaky about their great base running, that's quite an edge to take into the deciding game. Another breaking pitch, and that's a swinging strike from Perez. 2 balls, 1 strike. An exciting game yesterday in which the A's in the top of the 9th and the bottom of the 9th took themselves right out of a possible win. And this today, with the Reds running wild on the bases, might set the stage for quite a ball game tomorrow. Another pitch, it's in the dirt, but nobody moves up. Tennis keeps it in front of him. Curveball, and again goes into the dirt. Had Tolan been breaking on that pitch, he would have scored easily. It's 3-1 to Perez. It's 6-1 to score in the last of the 7th. The first 5 World Series games have been 1-run decisions. Pitches outside, ball 4, bases loaded. For the first time today, Geronimo will come up. Our defensive replacement, Geronimo, is 2 for 15, and Dick Williams runs out. Nobody's in the bullpen. They'll save the folks down there for tomorrow, but Williams comes out. As he does, let's pause 30 seconds for station identification.
It's 12 noon at KGW Portland.
People who don't need it, drink it. Folks that on a diet, try it.
You don't have to give
give up good taste to save on calories. Diet Bright Cola tastes so good, everybody likes it.
Everybody likes it. Everybody likes it. Everybody likes it.
Monty Moore with Jim Simpson in game number 6 of the World Series. The Reds in the driver's seat 6-1.
Geronimo steps in. 3 runs in this inning. Ties the series high. Had us a 3-run homer yesterday. Took care of that. But Geronimo's the 9th man to bat. That's ball one inside. And a throw back to third base. Tolan just is back in time. And now Tolan is claiming that Mel's on his third. That Dando tried to muscle him off the bag so he could tag him out. But we've not been able to say in any inning of this World 1972 World Series that this is the 9th man to bat in an inning. By far and away the biggest inning in terms of men going to bat. Bases are loaded, and this pitch is inside and low. And it's 2-0. Dick Williams just turns away in the dugout. Waldo Finley is looking away, the owner of the A's. On and ready. Breaking pitch down the left field line of the four runners. Here comes Coleman in. X is on his way and is in. And it's 8-1. Perez stops at second. Geronimo. Opposite field base hit. Throwing the ball by the catcher. Walking a man, giving up a base hit. And it's 8-1. And the 10th man up, Menke, who fouled out to start the inning, is up again and takes a breaking pitch down low. Perez is down at second. Geronimo on at first. And it looks now as though we are going to tomorrow. And the 7th of deciding game. Drive down the left field line, hooking foul and into the seat. Just in back of the A's bullpen where there's absolutely no activity at all. They'll save everybody for tomorrow. I would imagine, Monty, wherever they're listening around this country, around the world, they're making plans tomorrow to join us at 12:45 Eastern Time because that's it.
And it's going to be just as it was in game number 5 of the American League Playoff Series. John Odom will be handed the ball and say, the season is yours.
And Jack Billingham, who did such a great job, will go for the rest. Billingham was superb in the opener out in Oakland. And by the way, we'll remind you again, we could have some rain problems tomorrow. Rain showers are expected. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ornum throws. Just misses as Menke checks his swing. Biggest inning of the 1972 World Series. 5 runs. 10 men go to bat. Breaking pitch. Campaneris has it, handcuff him, throws on the first base and gets the man, but 10 men go to bat. 5-run score on 4 base hits. No errors and 2 left. At the end of 7, it's 8-1 Cincinnati.
Hi, Johnny Bench, not catching, but pitching for Anco windshield wipers. Do you know who holds the Major League record for most strikeouts? Brace yourself. It is Mickey Mantle with 1,710. Of course, Mickey also hit 536 home runs, which makes up for those strikeouts. That's where batters differ from windshield wipers. Wipers should bat 1,000 every time. In bad weather, snow or rain, your life or your family's life may depend on them. If your wipers are streaking or blurring, they're striking out, and you had better bring on some new heavy hitters, like a new set of Anco windshield wiper blades, and you'll see the difference the first time they come up for action. Anco blades are made of pure rubber, and they're engineered especially for your car's windshield. You can get Anco blades or refills at most service stations everywhere. Just look for the bright yellow Anco service cabinet. It holds a complete lineup of Anco wipers for every car. The imports, too. But be sure you're getting Anco windshield wipers. The Big League blade by Anderson. Well, they say hitting is a thing of momentum. When 1 or 2 men get started on a club that's in a slump, it can really turn everybody on, particularly in a home park with some 50,000 cheering. And that's exactly what happened here today. The Reds got their initial charge today from Johnny Bench, who had not hit the ball long in this entire series. And he jacked one up into the left field stands to give them an early lead. The A's, however, came back to tie the ball game and have not been able to score since off the fine relief pitching of Cincinnati. Grimsley, Bourbon, and now Hall. The A's, when they lost lost Darrell Knowles right before the playoffs started. Knew they were going to have trouble in the bullpen, and they were hoping for complete games in a series out of such as Catfish Hunter and John Odom and Vida Blue as he started here today. Dick Williams was in strong hopes that Blue might be able to carry it on in. Vida was not pitching all that badly here today, but the A's were not scoring because Nolan, who was the most ineffective pitcher so far for Cincinnati, got out of it without being hurt too badly. It is now Cincinnati leading 8-1 as we go to the top of the 8th inning, Jim Simpson.
And the top of the batting order, Monty, Campaneris, who is 3 for 23 in the series, and he is 0 for his last 15 appearances. Tom Hall throws a strike to him. Menke on the grass, knowing that Campaneris wants to get his way on. The big 7 runs they got to get. Hall knows he can throw strikes, but this one's in the dirt. Ball one strike. Nobody in the Reds bullpen, and Sparky hopes that he'll never have to put anybody down there. Save them for tomorrow. Hall can work leisurely now. Throws the pitch off speed, goes past Menke. There's Concepcion, and what a throw from shortstop. He got him. That showed us that Dave Concepcion has got quite an arm. Ball bounded past Menke. Concepcion was deep at shortstop, came up and gunned the throw. And Campaneris, remember, not slow. He's very fast. Here's Alou, who is 1 for 20 in the series. Has not hit the ball hard at all today. Been retired twice by Morgan at second. Lifted another ball to short right field. High and away with an off-speed breaking pitch by Hall. Ball 1. We are in the 8th. The Reds lead this 6th game 8-1. And it looks like we go to the clincher tomorrow. Hall back. Line drive on one hop. Concepcion by second. Fires and has the speedy Alou. Two great throws by the shortstop of the Reds. That'll bring up Joe Rudy. Slide to right, left, and single to left. Well, this was a 1-0 ball game. Cincinnati in the 4th, tied in the 5th at 1. Reds went ahead in the 5th, 2-1. Edged ahead in the 6th, 3-1, and got 5 in the big 7th to make it 8-1. Rudy is 5 for 20 in the series. All throws, and here's another fly ball coming back toward us, Monty, and hit right in front of us. We've already gotten one today. That was nearly a second.
I don't go to my right too well out of these booths.
Grimsley wins today, which he can do. It becomes the 4th reliever to win 2 games in one series and the 2nd to win consecutive games. Drive to right field. Bobby Tolan over very quickly, showing his speed, and Hall's in the line drive. No runs, hits to errors. He's on through the middle of the 8th inning, and the Reds have the commanding 8-1 lead.
Hey, are you one of those guys who turns into a roughneck every morning? Does shaving leave your neck rough and irritated? If it does, let me tell you about a special kind of Gillette foaming. Face Saver, specially made for you roughnecks. Face Saver has 25% more lubricant than any other foamy shave cream. For better protection against shaving irritation, even on the most sensitive part of your face, your neck. So if shaving irritates your neck, get Foamy Face Saver for the roughnecks.
Would you believe an antiperspirant could smell just like a crisp, clear fall day? Probably not, but there's a new one that comes pretty close. It's Right Guard Natural Scent Antiperspirant, and it smells fresh and clean because the scent's made from real natural ingredients. About as far from the heavy artificial smells of other antiperspirants as you can get. And it's Right Guard, so you know it'll help keep you dry all day. Right Guard Natural Scent. Not exactly the scent of an autumn day, but about as natural as an antiperspirant can get.
Well, Joe Horland pitches here into the last half of inning number 8. The Cincinnati Reds finally showing their vaunted speed. They got some men on base, and with the great momentum they generated, got the big base hits. And they are well out in front of the Oakland A's, and it looks as if we're going to have a big game number 7 here tomorrow.
Concepcion, who was 1 for 2, drove in a run in the 5th with a sacrifice line drive to deep center. Singled and scored in the 7th. And in the Oakland 8th, had 2 fine throws from shortstop. Takes a breaking pitch from Horland, strike 1. Concepcion will be followed by pitcher Tom Hall, who kneels on deck. Horland back and throws the big curve that's inside. Concepcion leans back away from it. Epstein, Bando, and Manguel scheduled in the A's 9th with a tough row to hoe. 7 runs. Horland throws another breaking pitch inside. Give off 1 strike to Concepcion. Dillingham and Odom, tomorrow's starters. Both are right-handers. The 2-1 count. Fastball, and he swings and misses. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, this started out World Series. A's winning 2 here. Then out in Oakland. The visitors, the Reds, won 2 out of 3. And today, back home, Cincinnati's going to tie it at 3 games apiece. Drive left field. Back goes Rudy. Near the wall. It bounces off the wall and past him. And Concepcion steams into second base. He's going to try for third as Rudy hasn't gotten to the ball yet. Now comes up and doesn't make a throw. And in with the triple. Rudy went to the wall and it simply bounced past him. I think you would have to say that this is not today for the Oakland Athletics. The pitching has not been that effective. Their offense has generated but 1 run, and defensively they have had problems. Only 1 error shows, but they have misplayed a couple of balls in the outfield. Here's Hall, and he's swinging away with Concepcion at third. The infield of the A's has been drawn in. Hall swinging, any kind of ground ball at all might get through. Oren throws, and this is a check foul off the back of home plate. Well, last night, not many people got sleep because they had to fly in from the West Coast and got in very early this morning. Tonight, not many people get sleep. They're going to be worried about tomorrow. Here's a 2-strike count, foul tipped off the Masters tennis. One thing that woke up the Reds bats. That's right. 2 strikes. All just swinging that bat. Now waits for the Orland pitch. It's a curveball line to the first baseman Epstein. 1 out. He pulled that ball, and Epstein had to make a fine leaping catch to rob him of a hit. Here's Pete Rose. Hitless today, but he's scored a run and has been walked twice. Rose awakened the Reds yesterday. They were down 3 games to 1, and he led off that ball game with a home run. And the Reds were in the ball game. Then he drove in the winning run in the 9th inning to make it 3 games to 2. And here they are about to tie up the series. Breaking pitch, curveball, strike 1 to Rose. Another 7-game World Series. The strike 1 pitch. Another breaking pitch, catches the outside corner. 2 strikes to Pete Rose. 1 out, Concepcion still over at third base. Mando not quite sure what Rose will do is in on the artificial turf in front of the bag at third. He took the swing and struck out, and Concepcion dives back to third base expecting a throw, but there was none. Here's Morgan. He really got things going. Back in the 7th inning. They walked Rose to get to Morgan because he's a left-handed batter going against the left-handed pitcher Hamilton that time, but he lined an opposite field base hit that scored a couple of runs, and he went to second on the throw and later scored on the base hit. By the pitcher. This is to the glove of Epstein. On his feet, throws to one and covering, and they are out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and Concepcion left crossing home plate, but the run, of course, does not count. Well, the A's have 1 more chance. We go to the top of the 9th. Cincinnati 8, Oakland 1.
Let me tell you about some products I sell very proudly. Chryslers and Plymouths. You know why I love them? They're constantly striving to make stronger cars, safer cars, better cars that run better than any they have ever built. They all have something in common, too. Engineering care. It goes into every Chrysler and every Plymouth. That new mid-size satellite Sebring Plus, for instance. That's some car. And they tell me the new Chrysler is the quietest Chrysler ever. And the new Plymouth Fury. Wow, there's a beautiful car. And part of the beauty of it is the way it fights rust and corrosion with all sorts of rust preventatives. See these new Chryslers and Plymouths at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer, won't you?
Chrysler Plymouth. Extra care in engineering. It makes a difference.
In Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Monty Moore with Jim Simpson. And the score is 8-1. The Reds have 10 base hits. The A's have 5. And Mike Epstein has just made a fine defensive play. The end that last half inning comes on to try to get something going for the A's, who have a long road to hoe, as they say in the cotton field.
Epstein has a long road to hoe. He is 0 for 15. He struck out twice swinging today and grounded out. And Hall, the left-hander, is facing Epstein, the left-hander. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Again tomorrow, Jack Billingham for the Reds. Blue Moon Odom for the A's. And then everybody else available. Tomorrow's the final game of the season, that's for sure. There goes the bat and the ball to the right side. The ball is fair, the bat is foul, and the ball is what counts until Epstein is out, as Perez picks up the ball and steps on first base. Mike goes back to think about tomorrow's 7th and final game of the series, realizing that he has not had a base hit in 16 official trips to the plate. And today he struck out twice and grounded to Perez twice. The Reds are 2 outs away from squaring the series. Here is Vando, who has 2 base hits, scored the only run, and is fouled out. Lifts the next one high, foul. Perez comes over, bench comes over. Perez says he's got it and has it. There are 2 outs. The Reds are an out away from squaring the series at 3 games apiece after losing the first 2 here at home. Games like this, you remember what happened yesterday in the 9th when feeling judgment on the part of Rollie Fingers allowed the Reds to stay in the ballgame in the 9th and go ahead to score the go-ahead run. And then when Odom tried to score from third base in the last of the 9th with a tying run, he was thrown out on a ball, little pop fly just in back of first base. Those decisions, plus today's 8-1 ball game, will send us to the 7th game. Manguel, who is 1 for 3, takes a strike at the knees. Many of the Cincinnati fans are beginning to leave, figuring they'll come back tomorrow for the finale. There's a ball punched down the right field line, and it is a fair ball. Manguel is all the way around first and stops right there as Geronimo's over in the corner and up very quickly. And with 2 out and trailing 8-1 in the 9th, that is not the time to take a chance. So Manguel simply held up at first base with a base hit. The first base hit off Tom Hall. He had retired 6 men in a row. Here is Gene Tennis. 0 for 3 today. Drove Totem very deep in the 5th inning with his best blast of the day. Tennis takes a pitch high from Tom Hall, ball 1. Every time this man steps up, you got to wonder whether or not he's going to set a World Series record hitting a 5th home run. Pitch is on the outside corner. Good fastball from Hall. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 12:45 Eastern Time tomorrow, the 7th and clinching game on NBC Radio. And there's a change that stays high. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to Gene Tennis. Tennis has 7 RBIs. Totem in the last 3 games has picked up 6 for the Reds. Already popped up, foul, bench comes back. It'll be too far back. John holds on to that mask as it falls, the ball does, into the seats. Well, the American and National League have alternated the World Series championship since 1965. And last year, it was the Pirates who won. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Manguel very short lead off first base, not being held there. Ground ball up the middle, trying to be flagged down by Concepcion. He can't. Manguel stops at second, and the A's are still alive as Tennis gets the base hit. Now Ted Kubiak will come up for the first time. Kubiak, a late inning replacement, has been in 3 ball games, but only at bat twice as an infield hit. Kubiak, a switch hitter, steps to the right side to face the left-hander Tom Hall. 8-1 the score. Cincinnati win the 9th inning. Hall throws a strike right down the middle. What a good relief pitcher does when he's got this big a lead, he simply fires strikes. Dare him to hit it. Somebody will catch it someday. Back again with a swinging strike this time, and Kubiak is down 0-2. Baseball. Manguel at second, Tennis at first. Tom Hall peers in. begins. Here's back at Manville at second. Now throws, and there's the ground ball to third base. Menke will step on third. Ball game is over. Reds have evened the series. Tomorrow afternoon at 12:45 Eastern Time, will begin the game that will decide who wins the 1972 World Series. The Reds down 3-1 have even it all in this inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. The final score in the 6th game of the World Series, Cincinnati 8, Oakland 1.